Good morning. I just wanted to come real quick. I'm going to have to make this really quick. We're actually at our county spring livestock show for sheep and goats today with our daughter. But I've been seeing on a few different things, and even on one that came up in a group for possible approval that made the statement, and this goes back to the verses of Matthew 19:6 and Mark 10:9. Matthew 19:6 says, "No, for they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. Let no man separate. Let no man split up." Mark 10:9 is a little more basic. It's a little more direct to the point. It says, "What God has put together, let no man put asunder. Let no man separate. Let no man split. Let no man break apart." And the problem I have with this is, so many people are saying that this verse says, what God has put together, no man will. Many people say that. And they say, what God has put together, no man will separate. But that's not what that verse says. And studying these two verses quite a bit here a while back, and talking to a few different pastors about this verse, about both of these verses, what is actually being said here is a principle, and that principle is what God has put together, let no man. This is not only a principle, it's also a challenge to husbands and wives. What Jesus says there, these are quotes from Jesus himself. What Jesus says there, what God has put together, you let no person. You don't give a person a chance to separate. That's what that verse says. It is saying you let nobody give your spouse a reason to want to be separate from you. We all fail at this a lot of the times, just simply because of life, because of family, because of jobs. But it's still the principle of, in a challenge to people, to say, I am not going to give somebody else a foothold into my spouse's life that they may want to separate from me. I'm going to do everything I can to respect and willingly be subordinate to, or willingly, what's the word I'm looking for? Willingly surrender to a husband and a man that says, I am going to go be up and beyond, leading my wife. We're to not give anybody the opportunity. Husbands love your wives. Wives submit, not in a fashion of being so submissive that you're being lorded over. That's not what that means. But wives, be in agreement to be helpful with your husband. That's the words I'm looking for. Wives, be in agreement to be helpful with your husbands. And husbands, love your wives in the fact that you're willing to be sacrificial in anything that you could want, think, or feel to be able to lead your wife in the right path. And then you let no one have the opportunity to separate your spouse and you. These two verses say, let no person separate them. Never does it ever say, in any translation I could find when I examine the translations, Nowhere does it ever leave out the word let. It never says no man will separate. It says let no man. It's a challenge. It's a principle. Anyway, I'm going to have to get back to the show, but thank you and God bless. Hopefully you all have a great day.